Hello, I am back. Sorry about that. I had to find my bags of watercolor. Here are another style of watercolor. These are tubes, and I needed some green. So this is going to wind up being in a two-parter because for some reason not Facebook, for some reason YouTube does not want me to upload anything longer than 15 minutes at a time. So here we go. This is a Chinese painting, Chinese watercolor. It's really, really cool and really, really good. This is the Chinese that I have in these bowls here that dried up, and it will dry up into a powder when it's when all the water gets out of it, which is really, really good for using it at a later point in time. So I'm going to get another brush, and I'm going to add a bit of color down here inside my bush here. Now you can go on top like this, alright? You can see this clearly. If you go on top like this, you see how it covers up the ink that you have there? You don't really want to do that, okay? So what you want to do, you can try to wipe that off, but it probably won't because it'll dry real quick. Okay? What you're wanting to do is you're wanting to flip it over on the back, and you're going to grab your paint and you're going to paint it all around. Okay? So all that bush with all its different colors and branches and stuff, when you flip it back over, well, actually you'll be able to still see all the black marks that in the strokes that you made, and you'll be able to see the colors in it as well, like the background colors. Because once you already have the color there, you don't want to put the black on top of it, because the black is made with soot, and you want the soot to ingrain itself into the bush. See how that? And you can see the different strokes and the little different dots and stuff. Let's see if I can show that up to you closer. You see how that looks now? This section right here was when I painted it on top, and it blurs out the strokes. Here you can still see the strokes of the black in there. So that's what that does. I want to come out a little bit just because it's what I want to do. And I can make it kind of poofy as well as, you know, just like you would the black, you know. Instead of making it a solid, you can come out and make it lighter. Okay? And then you go back on top, and then you could make it a little darker in spaces, which will give you depth of light and dark of the same hue. Okay, so this is just a trial piece of painting, because I would have already thrown this piece of away because my sky isn't looking how I wanted it to look. But I'm using this to show you as for training purposes. Also, my flowers are driving me crazy too. I'm going to have to go back through and accentuate each of my flowers so you see the petals and stuff in them, and I didn't want to have to do that. See? They're a little bit big also for this trunk of this tree. But I really like how my trunk turned out. My trunk has the nice graduation of hue. Okay? And so every painting you have some things you like. You can also really, with this thin brush, you can also do a tall tree as much as you do with the thick brush. But with the tall brush, you want to kind of like pull it taller. There's a lot of water on this brush. Okay? That's why it's bleeding out like that. So if I forgot to pinch it out. Grab it, pinch it out, grab your ink, and then right next to it. And it still has a lot of water in it. Okay, so we've got two nice tall trees there that come on this cliff here that's standing right here. And of course you want to give it a base because it is up high where it's windy, and you want to make sure that it's not going to go anywhere. Another neat trick to hide the fact that it's on you don't want to put the base, you can always add bushies. Nice pretty bushes. Or you can take your long brush and add bushes like this. Go back over. And you can take the other brush, where is it? I know I've got it here. Oh, it's in the water. And you... Now, what's really cool about when you use an American brush and you're grabbing ink in your American brush, where it's dry at, you can do a quick little brush stroke in your bowl here and see what it looks like. See if it gives all the hairs you're trying to make it look. You take the end of the brush, the very corner of it, and you're going to just pinch out, going like so. And you're going to rotate it round, back and forth. See how that happened? You're going to rotate it back and forth. And the reason why you start by the corner is because it's really, really tall and it has the point up there, okay? And you don't want that much at the very top, so it's got to be really small, and then as you go down, then it gets larger and larger and larger. Okay? And then you've got those strokes there that you have done. Okay. So sometimes this brush is really good to come down with your waterfall. Just bring it straight down. Okay? And the very top, do a little line just to show where the edge of it is at. I'm going to do a little rocky here, and a little rock here. Now you understand why I love this brush, because if you can draw really good, you draw with pretty much with this brush. This is your drawing brush. More rock here. Okay, now you take this brush that you did before and you actually wet it. Okay, and then you go in your ink, but you want to separate it out. Okay, you want it to be separate, and you want to do the grass. Grass by your rocks, grass underneath your tree, grass on the cliff. Okay, long strokes. Well, that's decided to be something else. Sometimes your brush will take and do something completely different, and then you actually like what it does. So don't take a chance. What's the worst that can happen? You have to take and start all over again? Well, then that means you get more practice. And you know what you liked and what you didn't like in the painting that you're working on. So that is today's quick little class on brush strokes, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me. As always, mahalo and have a blessed day. Bye.